Is crack-a-lackin', as they say. Desert Armory and more here. How is it a-going? What's up, folks? Hopefully you're all having a blessed evening so far. Skittles, now you'll be good. Hey, Sane, welcome to the chat. You're the first one. Eastern Washington, thanks for coming. How about you, Woover? I'm doing great. For some reason, YouTube decided they're not going to do the little crown and who's the most commenting person. They do that off and on. I'm not sure why. I can't see who's talked the most that way. Or look at the handles. You know how they have the handle, the YouTube handle in those? What's up, Willoho? Welcome. You guys know the drill. Double tap that screen. And of course, I know you all are subscribed, because otherwise you wouldn't have been in here that quick. Because you must have had your notifications on, and it actually worked. There was quite a few of them today that did not work for me. One guy's like, well, then how'd you get in here? Because I just started. I said, well, I was just scrolling through the lives. That was chancing. Thanks for that pinned comment. Appreciate it. Same. So how's it all going, folks? The question for the night is, do you have a thankful moment to mention this week? Was there something you were thankful for this week that is almost over? Yes, that is a 460. This one right here is a 460. Right there. That's my favorite revolver, just about. Between that one and this one. Was there something this week that you were thankful for? That's the question of the evening. As well as, which maybe I should put that in a pinned comment. Which gun should I use as my sidearm as I do dove hunting tomorrow? That one I got almost brand new off of the interwebs for 1,200 buckaroo, something like that. Hello, George. Welcome. It is not a bushwhacker. It's a little different than bushwhacker. The bushwhacker has a muzzle here, a muzzle brake, almost like a miniature tank muzzle brake, but it uses exactly the same frame. They just shorten the barrel and put a muzzle brake on it and then etch into it 500 bushwhacker. I'm thankful for every day above ground. Amen, brother. Yeah, that is a 500. You're watching TV Chargers versus... Yes, I heard they were going. Chargers versus Chiefs. Welcome to the chat, Michael. Micah, sorry. I'm just saying hi. No worries, brother. By the way, how's your dad doing? You doing okay? I know he got hurt the other day, so. Go Chargers! Well, we know who started it. Ace Sane's already started it. He's the one that said, "Hush, Micah." Ace Sane started first. Hey, Ammo Alchemist, welcome. Well, look what the cat struck in. Hey, how you doing, brother? He's well and alive. That's good to hear. So the question here of the night was, what are you thankful for this week that just is passing, as well as which one of these should I carry on my side when I go dove hunting tomorrow morning? Smith & Wesson, good revolver, but the Taurus Raging Hunter 660 10-inch barrel is better. No, it is and it isn't. It's not better quality, I'll give you that. Definitely Smith & Wesson is way better quality than the Taurus. Plus, I didn't want a Taurus that was, one reason why I didn't want a Taurus is because multicolor for a stainless steel revolver. I'd rather have all one color for a revolver. I don't like this hodgepodge black and red that the Raging Bull has, or Raging Hunter. Bushwhacker 2.0. Yeah, that would be the Oh, well, I don't have a 2.0. I don't know. Do they have a second gen of the Bushwhacker? I know they had a first gen, which had that big old It's a 500, but it has that brake on the front that I was mentioning on earlier. I thought about maybe getting mine switched over because I think you can buy the barrels and put that brake on it. Guys, there's 17 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for dropping by to Desert Armory and More. The question for the evening is, what are you thankful for this past week that we're just about over? Any thankful thoughts? Someone said they're thankful they're above ground. Amen to that one. Maybe you got in a near accident. You're thankful for that. The other question is, which one of these should I use for my sidearm when I do dove hunting tomorrow? You're thankful for your cats and your kitten. Good for you. I'm not into cats much. You like the can? Glad to not see a table of Glocks. I only have one Glock, brother. I am not a Glock guy, so you came to the right channel. Welcome, Zach. The only Glock I have is that one right there. It's a Glock 20 in 10 millimeter. Then I have two Canics, and then a Thesis. We got this FN here. That's a 5.7. We got the Tuckeroff, made in 54. That's a 38 long, Smith & Wesson. 3220 Colt, 22 Magnum, 357, 45 Colt, 460 Magnum, and a 500. We need to pocket that one, right? Then we got God's Caliber right here, 45 ACP. And then we got ourselves another 5.7 PSA. There's one of my EDCs. I carry that one in my pocket a lot. That's my Bodyguard 2.0. Here's my other EDC. It's a 365. And then we got a Star Arms 9mm, made in Spain. And then the infamous M18. I appendix carry that one. Just joking. Did I pull anybody's leg? I should have left it sit longer. So guys, these are the two guns I'm going to be bringing on my hunt tomorrow. We've got a 20 gauge Remington 1200 on the left, and we've got a Weatherby 20 on the right. And we're going to bring those two knives and this set of stuff here for cleaning out junk and whatnot. The only thing I really need is a scissors in that and one of those knives that I have up on top here. And let's see, we got our box of ammo right here. And depending on what handgun gets the most votes, I will put that ammo inside of one of those empty cubbies. I might bring my 410. I was trying to figure out what the laws are in Arizona for shooting with steel pellets versus lead. These are lead pellets. And it looks like Arizona doesn't have a restriction for it as long as you're not on where they have condors, which that's up north from here, so don't have to worry about that. So we got one vote so far in here, a Canic. My my short I did got a couple. I got to go through that and see which one actually got the most votes eventually. Someone said 44 mag, but I don't actually have a 44 mag. They might have thought that this one was a 44 mag or that one was. Of course, two people said the almighty Bushwhacker, the 500. I mean, I'd rather not bring that, but if it gets the most votes, we might have to. Guys, 22 of you in the chat. Thank you for coming by to Desert Armory and More. Here we do looking at my guns, talking about guns. We talk about history of guns. Some people ask questions about what's their first hunting rifle that's good to get. We talk about all sorts of stuff. I do shorts of shooting guns, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my handyman work I do. I'm a handyman, my own boss. All sorts of good stuff, folks. Good, healthy, clean content. But yeah, if you like this stuff, double tap that screen and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We did get one subscription earlier. Someone gave us one. Thank you so much for that. Kudos to you. But yeah, the question of the night. What are you thankful for this week? The week is almost over. Is there anything you were thankful for this week that is almost over? I think the chat froze up. Let me sign out and I'll be right back in. Yes, sir, it did. I am sorry. You guys were blabbering away and my thing was not telling me. Is there a single action army? So the closest I have to that would be this one right here. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I know it's funny, right? You think I was a deaf animal or something. That right there. No wonder I lost some views. They're like, he's not answering. That's my closest I have, brother. Thanks for coming by. Francisque Guerrero. Have you tried the steel frame Rival S? No, I was debating between that or my Tanic TTI, and I got that instead. Let's see here. The question is, will your sidearm be used for protection from predators or all kinds, or the finish off the doves? I guess use your imagination. Yeah, I have a 365 carry daily. Yep, single action armor hunting. I mean, you could hunt with that, I suppose. Take the Terran Tactical. Mechanic. Sounds good. Hey, what's up, Sam Moore? I came across your channel the other day and I subscribed. I really like your little content. You got those little pocket pistols. If I recall, that's who you are. I have quite a bit myself. Hey, thanks for giving the subscription, whoever did that. So the question for the night is, what have you been thankful for this week? Sorry, you can't have any. Fancundo, no. Los armas es solamente para mí, no es para usted. Savagely, bienvenidos, welcome. Single action, that would be this one here. And then this is a single action as well. That's a 357 Magnum. This is a 45 Colt. I didn't die, good. I'm thankful for everything. Good for you, Savage. Lisa, I am thankful for a job I like and do well at. Thank you. The cold weather rolling in today. Yeah, we've been cool the last 2 days too. Chuck E. Cheese at restaurant got arrested in front of... Oh, dude. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese guy did? Hey, thanks for subbing, Zach. There was one other person who did too. You like the collection and the selection. I got more handguns than that too. My other ones that would be there were like smaller revolvers. I had them on last night's live. So if you want to see smaller revolvers, like pocket size and under, I think the biggest one I had out yesterday was this one here. And they were smaller than that. And then like pocket Saturday fly-by-night ones. Just ordered your first SKS. Congratulations, Zachary, and welcome to the chat. How are you? There's my SKS. I found out it's a 1940. All numbers matching except the stocks from 1930. 10 years apart. Not sure why. But all the other parts, same serial number. 1940. So that's my oldest World War II I have. Because didn't World War II... No, maybe World War II started in 41. I forget. My hands are too big. I have to have an extended mag for my P365. Yeah, that's my longest one I have. Oh, you probably get the ones for the XL, right? The XL has the longer ones. What's up, Gunhead? Welcome back. Double tap that screen, folks, if you like this content. And thank you for whoever did that subscription. Means a lot. That's me. I'm subbed up. Buck is my most famous gun. Appreciate the love. Yeet, yeet, brother. Yep, thank you. Reload ammo worth it in U.S. Depends. Depends on how much you shoot and what you're shooting. So some of them are kind of rare. Last night we had rare calibers on the table. I load for my 3220 right here and my 2520. I'm going to start loading for my 2535. I also load for my 338 Lapua sniper rifle right here. 15 rounder, yeah. Oh, no worries. Yeah, I knew you were live earlier. I hopped on for a couple seconds, double tapped the screen, and then got out. Sorry I didn't make myself known. I was just going through the brothers' channels, giving likes, so it wasn't like I wasn't paying attention. Have you seen the Blade 6? What do you think of it? I have not. Is that a gun, I take it? You're live. Yeah, he is. What machine do you use to reload your... Okay, let me take my I got a whole bunch of gun socks here. Let me move those first. So this one is a, let's see here. I guess they call it a RCBS. The model is RS5. This one works perfect. I say the biggest caliber this thing uses or functions with is a 338 Lapua or a little bit bigger. Yeah, Cohen, we got two of them. Got two Canics. We got two pretty neat ones. I like both of them. They work pretty well, both of them. I really like that. That's my favorite semi-auto I own, the TTI. It does not work for 50 BMG. This is just, the bridge isn't big enough. But it does work for 338 Lapua. It worked for 300 Magnum. Thanks for that subscription, whoever did. It would work for, 300 Rum, I think it is, as well as the 300 Winchester Win Mag. Why I already said that one. The 300 Weatherby Mag. I should, for a 45 long Colt, right? It's 50 for a box of 50. Depends. $1 a round for Colt, like 45 Colt, these. That's not too bad, really. I'm trying to think if I found any. I haven't bought any in a while because I don't shoot that a whole bunch. That's one of my favorite revolvers. Between that one and this one, man, it's so hard. It's like picking between two children, you know? I mean, what do you do? If you like both of them, that one kicks like crazy, but it's comfortable. That one kicks even worse, but it's worse. This thing doesn't kick at all, and that trigger's like a 3-pound trigger. This one's about a 4. Let's see here. 9mm PDW. I don't have any of those. Would that be a Walther? I'm looking at the PDP. It's a PDP Match Pro or something like that. 1 per round sounds insane. That's true, but if you're using it for self-protection, is your life worth $1? Oh, yeah. Guys, there's 37 of you in the chat. Thank you for coming by to Desert Armory and more. We chat about guns. We talk about all sorts of stuff. Maybe someone's getting to hunting. They want a good rifle, starter rifle that's not too expensive. Maybe they want a handgun that's good and not too expensive. They're just getting out into guns. We talk about stuff like that. I have shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my handyman work. Maybe you like that type of stuff. Let me know. I got 45 long Colt at Palmetto State for like 44 bulk. There you go. Yeah, double tap that screen. Have you tried testing the P20? Let's see. I can't see right now. Malfunction at the range. I actually did it at. I have shot that at my range. I actually have done that malfunction test at my own house. If you either put a blank in or even nothing, you'll hear it go boom if it actually goes off. And I did the test myself. Mine didn't do it. Doesn't mean it's not bad. Mine hasn't do it. Can you repeat the machine name? This one is, sorry about that. Let me lower you so I can get it in there better. It's a RCBS. If you're getting into loading, I got this used as well as the small version for like 9mm, 45 ACP and smaller. I got both of them used for 180. Let me move you back up. And then I got a lot of my dies on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, watch out, there's a P20 and it's on the counter. Wait, it's pointing that way. Hopefully it gets the boogeyman in the corner. So I got a lot of my dies on Marketplace I got like 7-8 dies for $40. If I can't find them there, I'll get this brand here, Lee. Lee is the most ecumenical, if that's a word, if that's how you say it. You can get these new on, what do you call it? Amazon or eBay for about $42. And this is a 3-piece. Now, some of the calibers only come with 2, like my 338 Lapua only came with 2, so you have to buy the crimp separate. So you end up paying 40-something for 2 crimps, and then another, well, no, that was 50-something for crew crimps, and another 38 to 40 for the other one. No, it will smoke the more expensive 500. Yeah, that one right there is the 500. It's by Desert Research, or whatever they call it. Magnum Research, this one right here. I actually just got some ammo for that. I should show that. Let me bring that out. I just got two ammos today at the Gun and Pawn. So we got some of these here today at the Gun and Pawn. I got these for just a little over, I think it was $1.80 a round, which is pretty cheap. And then I got some of these mini mags. We decided we'd try these in a couple of our semi-autos. Face an expensive gun. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I did buy that full price. I think that was 1,200 buckaroos as well. That was brand new though. He gave me a little deal on that because normally it'd be like 14 or 15. But here's the 500 out of those boxes. They look pretty wicked. The 460 skinnier but taller. Let's see here. You're welcome. Do you like 92s? Brother, I do. I got two of them right there. The one right here is from 1895, and that one's from early 1900s, like 1905. And I got a 94 there. Those are Winchesters. This one's a Rossi. Let's see. My screen froze up. There we go. What's good, Jerome? Hey, late prepper. You got done with your live now? Was it going okay? Federal Punch 22 is awesome. Yeah, I actually haven't even shot mine yet. I've had a box of that for a while. Welcome, Anthony. Top right on the table. Let me see. Which one you meaning? I don't have an HK. This one is one of my EDCs. It's a 365 SIG. This one right here is my other EDC that I carry actually more often in just a pocket. This one I carry on a case, or whatever you call it. That's a Bodyguard 2.0, and this one's a PSA rock. I almost said dagger. Yes, sir. Finished my stream. Went good. Not making big numbers, but I'm enjoying it. Good, good. Yeah. Hopefully that answered your question, Anthony. Not sure if that's the ones you're talking about. Hopefully that makes sense. I wish they made the chats, or this, not the chats, this little sidebar. I wish it could disappear. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have so many out on the table because the question here was, which one of these guns on the table should I take as my sidearm while I'm hunting dove tomorrow? So Bobcat don't get me, or you know what, illegal jump and get me, or who knows. You technically have two Glocks. The dagger is a clone. I don't have a dagger. I actually do not own a dagger. I said I almost called that a dagger. It's called a rock. That's a clone. I mean, that's a Glock. I do have something that looks similar to a Glock. What is that? It's my FMK. What gearhead? What do you think of the G3 clone by Sensory Arms? I actually have a G3 clone, or not a G3. I have a MP5 clone. So I don't know much about that. Yeah, 10 millimeter. I have that one right there, brother. Juan Kim, welcome to the chat, by the way. I got that one right there. I see SIG, very nice. M17 or 18. It's an M18. And it is a P320. I got that. It has, that's not the original mag that was in it, even though that is a 6-hour mag. It had a tan one. I got that at a pawn shop years ago with the red dot for $410 or something like that. Okay, Rus. Let's see here, folks. But yeah, the question today was two of them. One is, what are you thankful for this week? As well as, which one of these guns should I shoot as my sidearm while I do dove hunting tomorrow? Sorry, the thing froze up again. I had to refresh it. The first time somebody pronounced my J in Spanish. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to when I see a J in the front to pronounce that with an H sound, because I know some Spanish, and so I was like, I said Huang, right? Huang Kim, Zhong Kim. My SIG is the same color. I have my 17. 17. One of the main differences is it has a little longer barrel. That's the main one. Other than that, and it says M17 on it. Yes, it's a rock. It's a PSA rock, 5.7 rock. I've shot that one time so far. It is longer, yeah. Yep, that's what I thought. Guys, if you like this content, I see there's about 50 of you in the chat. Could you double tap that screen? We'd really appreciate it. Maybe you like lever actions, maybe you like snipers, maybe you like some shotguns we're going to use tomorrow for doves. Maybe you like some military stuff. We have 4 of them there. Or maybe you like a 36-inch barrel shotgun right here. It's called the Original Goose 12 gauge. But maybe that doesn't excite you, make you all tingly inside. Maybe the double barrels do. They do for me. I love my double barrels. We got those 4 right there. Sorry, 5. We got 2 in the corner we're working on. We got 1 on the floor and some 22s we're working on. And we got another double barrel in there. It's a 10 gauge Beretta. I do not have a Benelli M4. I sure wish I did. That tactical shotgun is actually an AK look. Atlantic Firearm sells it. It's called a DDI 11 or something. I forget. The Arms Room has one too. I think he said he's never shot his. Have you seen X Star? No, I haven't. Excuse me. MagFed, dude. Yeah, that is MagFed. I think that mag is. I think that's a 10 or a 12. Can't remember. Something like that. Wait, Beretta made a 10 gauge shotgun? Yep. Now I gotta see that someday. You didn't see my short late prepper? So I did a short of it explaining when it was made, who made it, a little short history of it. And then 3 weeks ago tomorrow, I did a short of me shooting that thing. Looks like 12 round. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. It's a AK style, so it's got the charging handle, but the charging handle is on the left side. And then, but the mag articulates like an AK. Oh yeah, Beretta makes badass tactical pump action shotguns too. Yeah, they do. The what he just said, the Beretta. No, that's Benelli. Sorry. No Siagis. Not sure who that is. Saiga. Don't know what a Saiga is. If you're meaning Sig, like a Sig Sauer, I've got 2 of those. So I've got that one, an M12, sorry, an M18 P320, and then I have my EDC right here that's a P365. Why are the CX4 hard to find? Not sure. What is that type? Unfortunately, I'm a little foggy on some of those number things. Hey guys, thanks for those 2 subscriptions. Someone just subscribed. 2 people did. He means AK 12 gauge shotgun. Oh no, I don't have anything that's that brand. No. Yep, right on, D. Thanks for reminding me. Double tap that screen and subscribe. By the way, on my way from my van into the house, this slid out of my little case, and it would have went off probably if it was that one. Although I don't keep anything loaded in that one. It probably would have went off. That fell out of the case when I was carrying a handful of something. We know that one's drop safe because I'm still here. Hey guys, thanks for subscribing. Someone just subscribed. Thank you. Right there. Someone gave us one. Appreciate that. My wife asked me to ask you what type of blue gun is. Oh, that one? So, Mrs. Eastern Washington, that is a Canic Signature Series. And the model of that Signature Series is called a Sketch. The case is blue too. You can see it poking through right there. And it has the holster on it and whatnot. But yeah, it's a Canic. The model of it is actually a SFX. So it's just like any other SFX, but it's the Signature Series Sketch. It makes people make some, turns heads at the shooting range. I like the concept. Compacts, Taken Tactical, Terran Tactical makes badass 2011. They do. This is my 2011 right here. It's a TSIS double stack. I do not have a staccato. We sure wish we did. That one, though, works pretty good right there. I like to look at those Siaga sounds crispy, too. Probably. Unfortunately, I don't have one to know what they sound like. Who makes the best 1911? Currently, I'm not sure. My my Springfield Army right here is pretty nice. I really like it. It's the only one I have. Hey, welcome, Carl, back from Southern Indiana. She says thank you and gave you a thumbs up. Okay, you're welcome. Thumbs back. So the question for the evening, there's 2 of them. I do not have a Desert Eagle, no. 2 questions for the evening. What were you thankful for this week? And which one of these revolvers or semi-autos should I bring on my dove hunt tomorrow? Kimber and Springfield are top runners in my opinion. Yes. I would say the same. I almost got a Kimber, but I talked to a couple gunsmiths and they say they have more repairs on Kimber 1911s than Springfield 1911s. So I was like, well, that made up my mind. Took the words right out of my mouth. Springfield Armory, call it all day. Yep, yeah, that's one reason why I got a Springfield. Colt Classic, yes, they are, but have fun finding one for a good price and one that, just that. AMT Hardballer or Staccato XC. Micah, I don't know what an AMT Hardball is, so I'll just say Staccato XC. Welcome, John Mintzler. How are you? What are the 3 at the lower part of the table, Western looking? Those 3 right there. So this is a 22 Magnum Heritage Rough Rider, and I have a cylinder to shoot 22 LR out of it. This is a 357 Black Hawk Ruger, and that's single action. And then this one is a 45 Colt Cimarron brand, case hardened, and it has about a 3-pound trigger less. It is nice. Hey, welcome, Lawfully Armed. I like your name. Yeah, Kimber is crap. Okay, Samar. What do you think about their nice 2011 they just came out with? The KY11 or whatever they call it, 2K11. A lot of people who buy Kimbers went to the John Wick so bad, that's why they're in shop more than they wanted to be. Hey guys, thanks for the subscription. You ever gave us that. Appreciate it. Double tap that screen, folks. There is 97 of you in the chat, so we'd love to have you double tap this screen if you like this stuff. I know you want to. Your finger's reaching out, but you're like, nah, just go for what your conscience is saying, and it says tap it. It also says subscribe. Someone just gave us one. Appreciate that, folks. Let's see. I think you should bring the Springfield H11. So I have a really nice lever case for that Springfield. After I moved, I can't find it. I found the cloth one. Jonathan Wick is fake. Yeah, he is, but not John Wick. Hey, welcome, Carmen Murray. Welcome to the chat. Thermite, haven't seen you here. You got a 22 LR Ruger that fires 357 AE. I don't know what that is. I've never seen a 357 AE. CSAA. Lucas, I'm not 100% sure what those terms mean, but we do have a single action army right here, I guess you'd call it. And then we've got the Black Hawk. And then we have the Heritage Rough Rider. Those 3 are all of like single actions that I have. This is a single action too, the 500. This is a double, the 460. The long barrel revolver 44 mag or bigger, it looks like 44. No, this is a 460. Big old booger. I love that thing. The AMT Hardballer is the handgun used in Terminator 2. Oh, that big one. Okay. The 45 long slide with laser sight. Okay, I'll have to. Yeah, you're welcome, Carmen. No worries. Sorry, the whole thing blacked out. You there? Can you? Sorry, the whole thing blacked out. You there? Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Beautiful single action. Thank you. So this is a Colt here, but it's a double action. Okay. Some reason cell signal totally went kaput and it just sat there, and I lost like. I had 100-some people in here, and as soon as that happened, it went down to 19. But yeah, cell service just totally went kaput. It went to 0. Hey, be careful with the P320. Yep, right there. It might go off. Yeah, that's why it's pointing the other way. Thanks for the reminder, Scott. Double tap that screen, like and subscribe. Appreciate you coming by. Mr. Jenkins. M17. That one's actually an M18. It's the shorter one. Looks a lot like it, though. M17 is a little longer. I got from the yard sale for 50 buckaroos. And it's the same thing as a Remington 1200. That's a Sears and Roebuck 1200, which is this one here is a Remington 1200. We're going to use it on our hunt tomorrow. YouTube is cutting the streams down. Well, this one was self-service. I looked at my self-service, and it just said X with no bars filled. So that was a service issue. Just got a 100-round drum for my AR. Ooh. Courtney Valentine. I'm jelly. The only thing I have of a big drum is right there for my SKS, and I haven't even tried it yet. It's a 75er. original size, you know, that they come with all the time. Retio is in the chat. How are you? Like the layout. Thank you. 552 guys. Thank you for the subscriptions. So questions this evening is, what were you thankful for this week? As well as, which one of these should I take on my dove hunt tomorrow? Which handgun should I take? As a sidearm, just in case we have a dove that's a zombie. Got to take them out, right? More than a shotgun? Which one should we use? A lot to choose from, folks. The Springfield 1911. Nice. I've had that twice now. Do you have a 10 mil? I do. Thanks for asking. This Glock right here, it's a Glock 20. That one is. Welcome, Serpentine Asparagus. Bro, what do you do for a living? I am a handyman. Thanks for asking. Let's see. National Spaghetti Federation. Like the name. What's your honest opinion on single barrel shotguns? I prefer double. I have a couple single barrels. I have a 410 right there, a little Ivor Johnson. And then in the safe, I have a single shot 10 gauge in there. And then I prefer double barrels, these old ones with exposed hammers. And then I have a double barrel Beretta in here, 10 gauge. All right, see you back. You want me to do the 357? Okay. So far, the Canic has gotten, I think, 1 since I've been on live. This 1911 has gotten 3, I believe. On the short I did, 2 people said, actually, yeah, 2 people said my 500 Magnum. And on the live here so far, someone said 1. Use a single barrel, 16 gauge for foul. Okay, so this is a 16 gauge double barrel made by Zastava. It's an M75, I believe, made in the 70s. Let's see. Are you hunting ducks or are they hunting you? So we were actually doing dove. We were doing dove. Are you, let's see, you heard about the Taurus pistol that sports. Nice, Courtney, I have not. That sounds nice. Can we see the double barrel Beretta? Give me a bit. Give me a bit. I almost took it out earlier. Uh-oh, our screen went black. Our screen went black. That's not good. That's our counter for our subscriptions. Oh, let's see, folks. Just give me a little bit. Give me a couple minutes. A couple minutes. Let's see, anybody asking any questions here? Just got my brother's first pistol today for his birthday. I got him an MP9. Nice. Got him a Talon and Olight. Good combo. Hey, welcome, LeColt. How's it going, my friend? How is it going, my little friend? I hope it is going very well for you too. Because it is for me. So far. All right, folks. I really love Italian pasta. Good for you. Because most pasta is Italian. Wouldn't want Mexican pasta. I want Mexican food. I don't want Italian Mexican food. All right. What do we have here? National Spaghetti. What's that? Anti-pasto. So this is my Beretta Silverhawk. 10 gauge. Someone wanted to see it, so she's a beefy girl, kicks pretty good. I have a short of me shooting it about 3 weeks ago. Then I have another short of me explaining when it was made. It's a model 409 made in 60 by Beretta, and it's the USA version. Hey, welcome, Cool Edits. How are you? What are you thankful for this week? That's one of the questions for today. Yeah, that is one of the most beautiful double barrels I have. That's my most expensive that I've ever paid for a gun was that. Can you show me the Stevens on the counter and give your thoughts on it? I don't have a Stevens on the counter. There's no Stevens on the counter here. I don't have any Stevens over here. I do have a Stevens right there, that single shot. That's a 410. Let's see here. How does that powder drop work for you? Powder drop. Oh, that one there? Love it. Love it. That one had the least amount of complaints. The other brand that I've seen is the orange one, Layman. It's orange, which is mostly gray actually, but they had more electronic problems. So I went with the SBS. This one supposedly was lightly used, even though it looks brand new. That pump shotgun, thought you said Stevens. No, that is made by Sears and Roebuck. Close though. Sears and Roebuck model 1200, which is the same model as this 12 gauge over here. It's a Remington 1200, made by the same company, but this one's way older. It's a 50s. I'm doing good. Can't complain. God's always good. I'm thankful for gunpowder. There you go. That's something to be thankful for. There's always something to be thankful for, right? Carmen Murray, right on. And then the other question was, which one of these guns here should I bring on my dove hunt as a sidearm? 45 single action. I do have a nice holster for it down right there. This one fits 2 of my revolvers in it, or is it 3? This one's for my 22 mag. So 45 single action as your vote. Okay. I don't have a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. I have a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 right there. That is my EDC. I carry that one in my pocket a lot. And then this is my other EDC, 365 SIG. And a carry comp, that's even better. Yeah. I just saw the 2.0 comp. It wasn't the carry, though. It was just the normal size at the Pawn and Gun today. Wow, that's a nice one. It's not the metal one, though. Just ordered one. Sweet. Yes, that is a PSA Rock. Good eye, Travis. Welcome to the chat. Double tap that screen if you like that. And if you aren't subscribed, we'd love to have that too. John Not Doe. I like that name. Welcome to the chat as well. Double tap that screen and subscribe. That's our counter right there for subscriptions. 49 of you in the chat. Nobody's tapping the screen? Come on, guys. Your conscience must be bugging you a little bit. Hey, someone put one on. Thank you, folks. I have a PSA Rock. Yeah, I really like mine. So I also have the FN too. That was my first 5.7 right here. Hey, another subscription. Thank you, guys. I knew your conscience was burning. What does National Spaghetti from the Foundation mean here? I need some advice. I do live in a more rural area, West Texas. Good for you, brother, West Texas. Texas, good. What would be the best personal defense for hiking around larger game? Handgun. Easier to pack. Nice. Thank you for the subscription. And I honestly, so if I know there's bears in the area, I will bring my 10. It'll be in my pack. I don't have a holster for that yet. Need to buy one. We the People had some on sale the other day. So I bought one for my double stack Thesis as well as my Bodyguard here. And I already had a We My People for that one. But I should have got one for this too. But I would suggest a 10 mil if you're in bear country. If not, honestly, a good 9mm that that you carry all the time. Just point that at them, it'll go off. But or some nice heavy loads in a 45 Colt. That would work too. Let's see here. Carmen Murray, what she got to say? I encourage everyone to learn to reload in order to save money on ammunition. Yes, I do that on my more rare ones. My 338 Lapua, my 3220 Winchester centerfire, and my 2520 Winchester centerfire. And I also make my own 25 rimfire Stevens. If you want to see a long format of that, I have one, as well as a short format of just a general idea. Let's see. How do you afford all those guns? Little by little, brother. Collect, save. I see you have a 500 Magnum. I do, but actually that's not a Smith & Wesson 500. So this right here is actually a 460, Joshua. That one's a 500 right there, actually. Let's see. I own the 500 Smith & Wesson myself with the ported barrel. Bought in April, and that BFR is a 40. No, that is a 500 Magnum. They use exactly the same frame and almost exactly the same barrel too. The BFRs, they just bore out the cylinder and barrel differently. Because the 30-06 uses the same barrel and cylinder too. So does the 500 Bushwhacker, but it has a huge break on the front. Glock Sig, some 1911s. Okay. I know the blue gun is a Canic, but isn't a special edition. It is, yes. It's a signature series SFX. Thank you for that subscription, guys. SFX Sketch. See the little sketch marks on it? That thing shoots really well. Let's see. Welcome to the chat. G Bear has the rottenest, tootinest cowboy in the Wild West. He's the, yeah. I even got more revolvers. They're little ones. If you look at my last live, I have a whole bunch of little pocket ones. Does the 500 Magnum have a ton of free bore? Not sure what that is, brother. Whoa, a rimfire. I've never reloaded rimfire. Yeah. So what I do is I actually make it. I kind of reload it. So I take a 17 WSM, cut off the tip, and size it for a 25 caliber, which is a 2.51. It's the same as that caliber is the same as the 25 Stevens rimfire. And then I put my own powder in it and then press it on. Hey, welcome, Fel. And thanks for the subscription, whoever gave it. So yeah, if you want to see how that's made, hey, who took that away? Put that back. Your conscience is bugging you. So yeah, if you want to see a long format of me doing rimfire 25, I have a long format of it, and then I have a short of just explaining it. How do you like the Tesis double stack? It is pretty well fitted. Grab it and shake it for us. I can't grab them, sorry. Kurg, welcome. I really like mine. That one right there is this TSS double stack. It's the mid-grade. They have a lower one, a higher one, and then a mid-grade. This one's the mid one. It was at my local gun and pawn, so I picked it up. Free bore is the chambers being too long for the cylinder. Too long? Well, they would be a little short in here, because if you would lay a 500, you'd maybe be about excuse me, my asthma. About an inch you'd have from here to here is free bore. But they actually make a smaller frame 500. Magnum Research does. This is the BFR frame, so it's the huge size. But now I knew what you meant. Because they use the same cylinder and frame for all sorts. Yeah, who unsubscribed? Who did that? I went from 563 to 562. I'm so sad. Please post that rimfire. It actually is already posted, Carmen. It's on my long format of videos. I have a short of me explaining how I did it, and thank you for subscribing back, whoever did. And then I have a long format of exactly what I did, actually me doing all the work on one of them. Because 25 rimfire is really hard to find and is super expensive. 10 millimeter Travis, we have one. Thank you for showing up. Right there is a Glock 20. It's my only Glock I have, actually. Chunky boy, that one. Yes, like and subscribe. Double tap that screen. If you like this type of stuff, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Someone did. Thank you. 564. Thank you so much. If you see something that you like, ask a question about it. And also, by the way, World War II. I do not have a World War II 1911 A1. That one is an A1 1911. It's called a mil-spec, so it's like a direct copy. Thanks for posting. Oh, you're welcome. Would you like to get an M1 Grand? One of these days, brother. There was one at my local swap meet for 1,200 buckaroos. If I had the money, I would have gotten it. I think it was a 44. No, not a 44. It was a 47 or 48 the year. So it was not one of these newer ones from the 50s or 60s. Thanks for those subscriptions. I also make requests, although I have a lot of my handguns on there right now. Welcome, Renzo the Red. Not much, brother. I make requests, so if you ask, hey, do you have such and such a gun? And if I say yes, I'll put it on a paper with your name on it, and then I'll put it on the table the next live at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Do you have a 327 Federal? I do not. Those shoot 32 ACPs, right? If I remember as well. God's up, brother Renzo. The question of the evening: what were you thankful for this week so far? As well as which one of these guns on the table should I use as my sidearm when I go dove hunting tomorrow? Which one? Hey, National Spaghetti Foundation says, I don't know much about the channel, but there's a big audience for very in-depth analysis about firearm models and how they were made, developed. Which channel is that? You built one. Good for you. What have you things? What have you think of what's going on with SIG? Oh, what do I think? Two things. One is SIG is not handling it properly. That's one. They should have just admitted it right away and recalled all of them and then fixed them all. Not on the sly, slowly repair them or make excuses. The other thing is they do have an issue. Not all of them. I think there was a certain batch that the quality passed, but it shouldn't have. And because of that, the tolerance issues of multiple moving parts, there's issues. I saw an M1 Garand gun store 15. That's a pretty good price. Remington Model 11. I do not have any of those. Getting ready to purchase a Bull Armory. Nice. Do you have any 2011 double stacks or 19s? I do. Dad's 2006 GT. I have one right there, TSIS. I like it. I shot 115 grains through it as well as 124s. It likes 124s better. So if you get a TSIS, at least the middle grade like mine is, shoot 124s, and then the rest of your guns like those two probably, if they're the same time. I'm thankful for feeling way better for my sickness. Good, Phil. Yes, health is one of those things we always take for granted, that once we're sick, then we realize how much we like health. But then we should be thankful for it even when we're not sick, right? I'm thinking about your channel, but there's some channels that do very in-depth analysis of firearms. Brandon Herrera, off the top of my head. Yeah, the only thing I don't like with Brandon Herrera is some of the words he uses. Sure, he has the freedom to say some of those words, but it's not my favorite. I just was sick for past 5 days. Dude, yeah, I saw you on another channel earlier. Thanks for that subscription. SIG is killing and their own reputation. Yeah, they're killing their own reputation. You are right. So badly for no reason. Yeah, and then they hurriedly, well, maybe not hurriedly, made this new 2011 that people are getting, and it uses P320 mags. I wonder why. Probably because they made a whole bunch of them. Now they're stuck with them. Recalls happen every now and then, and nobody would give it much thought from an overwise spotted track. I know, right? It'd be like, oh, we goofed. Sorry, we want them all back. Do you like the 41 Magnum? I do not have a 41 Magnum. I think it would be kind of cool. I love my very Pedersolian Smith M51. Nice. I'm sorry I haven't been turning in lately because we had a tornado warning yesterday. Oh, brother. Everybody okay? Oh, everybody's all right? Carl Athens says there are some knowledgeable people here if you need in depth. Yes. If you need stuff about gunsmithing, that was Eastern Washington's real good. And there was one other guy on here the other day. I forget who it was. Let's see here. Gerg says, I got a weird dove gun a couple years back. Browning B2000. Never heard of it. Side loading 12 gauge. Sounds cool. Let me screenshot that out. Whoops, I hit the phone. I want to look that up. It was only a EF1 tornado. Okay. Thankfully, that's not too bad then. Wasn't like a 5. I just screenshot that one. We're going to look that one up. Thoughts on 3D printing? It's America. It should be our freedom and our right to do that. There's my 2 cents worth. Nobody was injured. Let's see. Have you gotten the $600 SS190 ammo for your FN PSA rock? I have not. My FN or my PSA. I have not. I've seen it on. Oh, you said that was the dumbest stuff you ever bought. So you actually bought some. Okay. So I've seen those on Gunbroker. My local gun store has one box of law enforcement only full copper rounds for 32 something. Nothing wrong with the P20 platforms I own. Same with mine. I own an X5 Legion. Nice. I really like those. And the M17 X full. Mine's an M18. Both are flawless and they both passed every attempt I made to make them. Same with mine, brother. Dad's 2006 GT. Mine's the same way. I've done all sorts of testing. Mine seems to have passed the safety control, or whatever you call it, fine. It also has the catch, the safety catch in the back either was replaced or it's a newer model and it was already replaced. Are you a fan of SIG? Just curious because I've never seen a fan of their stuff way before the controversial stuff happens, but I understand everyone has different preferences. I like a lot of SIGs. Like I have the 365 macro. I carry it all the time, or quite often. Ben Belder, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? What were you thankful for this week? That's the question of the evening, as well as which one of these guns should I bring on my dove hunt as a sidearm while I'm hunting, so nobody sneaks up on me and try to knock me over the head or whatever. So you guys too much at stake to admit problems, right? Uh-huh. And I almost think that maybe they're trying to find a scapegoat for that accidental offing that somebody happened to in the airfield. It is amazing to be in a gun club or range with many knowledgeable people that are also very nice and friendly as well as helpful. Very nice. I like that one. My local pawn and gun, they do a lot of them there do the shootout clubs. What's your usual gun that you carry in public? Do I own a 454 Casull? Okay, so I'll answer one of those right now. I'll answer the bottom one. So this 460 Dad's 2006 GT shoots 454 Casulls as well as 45 Colt. So yes, I do have one. To answer the EDCs, that would be my SIG 365 right there that I carry on a holster exterior. And then I carry this one in my pocket, my 2.0 bodyguard. National Spaghetti says, Kel-Tec is probably my favorite firearm manufacturer. Basically, just a bunch of guys sleep deprived and fueled by caffeine making weird looking guns. Yep. They do have pretty neat stuff. I don't have any, believe it or not. Maybe I'll grab their 5.7 one of these days that actually has an actual clip. It's not a magazine, it's a clip. Guys, 30 of you in the chat, thank you for coming by. This is Desert Armory and more. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen and see this here? That's subscribing. We would love to see that number go up, 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 up. Could you think we could hit 600 tonight? That would be hyperbole, I think. We're almost at an hour, so. Dude, those are amazing handguns. Thank you. You EDC a Glock because it was my last issue sidearm. Good for you. Nice. Delton Hittner. Haven't seen you in here. Thank you for coming by. How are you doing? What have you been thankful for this week? And to answer your questions, I have a race gun. This would probably be my closest. It's a TTI Combat Canic. My next closest to that would be my double stack Tisas. Although this trigger is better than that one, and that one's even better yet. Let's see. Dude, there's amazing. Okay, Joshua, you said something, but you redacted it. Have you ever had a bad experience with law enforcement due to being a gun owner? No, I have not yet, thankfully. But my next EDC will probably be a 1911. Small frame, like the Kimber Mini or whatever, or a full size, like the Springfield I have over there. Renzo the Red. I got Bud C tomorrow. Okay, you got to go. Thank you, Renzo the Red, for coming by. Again, we start 6 p.m. every day on Arizona time. If I'm not going to be on, I will do a short of it or a post. Please look into Kel-Tec P50. It's one of my favorite weird-looking firearms. We will screenshot that and look at it. Kel-Tec has this place, preferably miles away from me, next to the P320. Guys, thanks for the subscription, whoever did that right here. A commander, most likely. Hey, Vontae, what's up, brother? How are you doing? You do your live yet today? And the question for the day, there's two of them. What were you thankful for this week? As well as, which one of these should I use on my dove hunt tomorrow as a sidearm? Yeah, these are some of them here I have, as well as I have some others in the safe, some older ones. I'll subscribe only because I support gun owners. Thank you so much, Zoltan. You made it to 570. I appreciate that. What's the best AR-5 magazine? I ordered some drum mags a few months ago. I'm starting to build next week. I think there's some better than Magpul. That's what most of mine are. I think actually all of mine are magpul, except the one it came with is a metal one. That's only a 10 shotter because it was Cali. Have you shot Hornady Custom 500 grain in the 500 and how's recoil? I have not. So for my 500, I usually get whatever I can find. So we have 2 boxes of Freedom ammunitions, 1 box of 500 that's HSM brand, and then today I just picked up a box of these here. It's because they were on sale. These Arms Core, or not on sale. They were a good price. They were like $1.80 a round. These are 300 grain jacket hollow points. I have never shot these in there, but it hits hard no matter what you put in it. So, excuse me. Let's see. Some Caltex do have a tendency to fall apart. Phil, what's up? Let's see here. And the Caltex Sub 9000. I hear those are pretty good. I know Smith & Wesson made one, and I thought about maybe getting that one. I could have got a Sub 2000 for pretty cheap, FDE color, I guess it's called. Colt Python. I do not have one. Welcome to the chat. Meep, meep. I like that. Meep, meep. Here comes Wile E. Coyote. Meep, meep. And his Roadrunner friend. Meep, meep. I do not have, the only Colts I have is, I have one right here that's a 3220. And I also have one that's a 32 Smith & Wesson long Colt that's in pristine condition. I didn't put it out because I am not going to bring that out on a dove hunt. Don't want to drop that thing. I prefer not to bring this one too, but just in case. What have I started? Yeah, woo! But yeah, question of the night. Which gun should I bring along when I dove hunt tomorrow as a sidearm? And what were you thankful for this week? I hear people bash Dermag, though I was just curious. I've never used Dermag. I only have Magpul. I've got some 10 rounders of Magpul, some 30 rounders. What brand do I have for my... I think my AK, I have some 30s and 240s that are Pro Mag or some other brand. 5.7, yeah, we got 2 of them. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so we got 2 people that said 5.7. So I have a 5.7 PSA Rock, and then I have a 5.7 FN. So we have 2 people saying that. We had 3 people saying the 45. We had 3 people save my 500 just as a joke, I think. I mean, I'd really not bring that. I don't really have anything to hold it. Other than maybe a hammer loop on a pair of pants, right? What's better, the AR platform or the AK platform? Depends, I think, your situation. I would say all around, if you want a gun that's bulletproof and lasts forever, an AK, because you can use rubber bands the dust under the dust cover. Like for that spring there, you can put rubber bands in its place. That thing runs for all sorts of stuff. 500 is no joke. Yes. And then the 460 is neither. That's what this is. But yeah, I would say if you want one that'll last just about forever, an AK. They about last forever. I like ARs too. I like both a lot. 571. I only have one of each. So we have a Delton right here that's in 5.7 with some Vortex 3x magnifier and a Vortex Strike Fire red dot. And then our AK right here is a Kalashnikov. Nope, not a joke. Do the 500. Okay, so that's 4 people who said the 500. That one is getting overruled. See, the other 2 were in my I did a short. And then 2 people said that one. What is that big Russian-looking pistol all the way to the left? To the left? Oh, this one right here. That is good eye. That is a Russian. That's a Tukaroff CZ52, made in 54. Right there's the make date. It's in really, really good shape. What is the big Russian? Okay, you already said that one. AK is basically the wild hog of a gun. Rolled very, very durable and everything. Yeah, just like how a Glock is. They're ugly but work through everything. That's like an AK. What was the first gun you ever owned? So that I actually showed in a short last weekend. It would be my 22 Savage Bolt Action Mark II. I got it for like 120 buckaroos at Walmart when I was 18, and I'm 35 now. That's the first gun I ever bought that was registered to me. I have bought a 22 handgun at a swap meet. That was my first handgun. My second one was a revolver that was a 32 Smith & Wesson short. It also does shoot 32 ACPs, but it's a little too much power for it. So hopefully that answers your question. Guys, 19 of you in the chat. Could you double tap that screen if you like that type of stuff? And subscribe. That's what this is. We'd appreciate that. Let's see here. Liz isn't in yet. I think it was Liz that was asking me about the shotgun. She wanted to see that. That was my first shotgun. 50 buckaroos at a yard sale. It's a Sears and Roebuck Model 1200, made in the 50s. And it's the same exact model as the Remington 1200. Same company made it back then. SIGs are uglier and Nambu are even worse. Actually, you know what the worst gun is? A Zip 22. Have you ever seen one of those? That's the worst. That is above everything else, even a self-firing P220. At least it looks pretty. A Zip 22. Yeah, no good. No good, my friends. It is not any good at all. Sounds like money well spent. Which one? Zip. Yeah, he tried it. Yeah, he did one of that. Of the Zip 22. He even put a big old long mag on it, like the banana clip style. What is the coolest revolver you got? Amused Anaconda Snake. Let me guess, yours is probably an Anaconda Colt, right? Welcome to the chat, by the way, brother. I suppose you're a brother. I don't really know. I would say that one of my favorite is these two here. This is a 460, which shoots 45 Colt and 454 Casull. This one is my 45 with a 3-pound trigger. It's a Cimarron. I don't know really what my coolest one is. I would say my more nicer, as in like worth more, somewhat collectible value, would be this Colt right here. That's a chambered in 3220. It's a police positive. This is like a 1912. I also have like a 1912 that looks almost immaculate of a Colt. That's a 32 Smith & Wesson long. I'm partial to Glock and my first issued revolvers. What was your first issued revolvers? What'd they have in the military there? Be nice to SIG. They might be ugly, but they feel good. They do. They do. Yeah. Hey, someone subbed. Thank you, guys. Let me turn that screen. About every 10 minutes, I got to touch the screen and time's out. S&W and Colt Rugers are great. Yep. I guess I only have two Smith & Wesson, actual brand Smith & Wesson, which would be the 460 and my little pocket Bodyguard 2.0. Colts are my favorite. Were my favorite. Oh, what is now? Every pew pew looks good to me. Yes, especially the ones that you know that you collected for a reason, right? Even if it was some dumb Lorson 25 ACP that they picked up at a swap meet. That was me. A what? Yep. You got an airsoft M17. Yeah, they look real. They look really real. So you say the Colts were your favorite. What is now? Hey, Larry, welcome to the chat. It's going great so far. How's your day going? Question of the evening is two of them. What are you thankful for this week? As well as, excuse me, which one of these firearms should I use as my sidearm while I do dove hunting tomorrow? Any thoughts on S&W recent QC issue with the revolvers? Didn't know they had one, actually. Le Colt, I didn't know that. Best way to go, cough. Best way to go, cough. Yeah, I need to myself. I just did. It's asthma for me. I think Smith started to use MIM parts, like maybe. But in the revolvers? Nah. Oh, 610 is my best shooting. Nice, good for you. What kind of hunting? Dove hunting. But I'm not hunting with the pistols. It's just my sidearm. Which one should I use? EDC Glock, although a 1911 is my favorite. Okay, the biggest caliber you got for a dove. So a lot of people were saying my 500 here. So if that's what you're saying, that's number 5 that someone said for me to carry that. I don't have anything to carry other than a backpack. It's not to hunt dove. It's as a sidearm. Because I usually carry my 365 when I'm out and about like that. And then I have this in my pocket. But yeah. It's not like I'm using it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. My grandpa had a 44 Magnum. My grandma has it. He's passed now, but He shot a Roadrunner with it one time. We're here in Arizona, so we got him over here. And I do not have any 40s. No, I have a 10 though. And he said when he shot it, just poof, it was like a puff of feathers. Yeah, I don't have any 40s. I got a 10 right there. But yeah, you're new to the chat. Amused. Thank you for coming by. Haven't had you in here yet. Appreciate that. At least of comment wise. Maybe you've already subscribed. Someone just did. Thank you guys. Got another one. Appreciate that. I like the old school shotguns. Yep. I do not have an M1 Grand. Would love to get one. Larry, you talk about these ones? From here down is late 1800s. This one might be early 1900s. Not sure. It was bought at a pawn shop. Who knows? Converted my 40s to 357 mag. SIGs, yes. That's a little bullet. It kind of reminds me of a Tuckeroff. A Tuckeroff is taller and smaller round, though. But they have that neck-down pistol caliber look. Wooden furniture on firearms or polymer? It depends. I mean, I love my wood guns, as you'll kind of tell. So for me, rifles, I prefer wood. But a firearm as in a semi-auto, I prefer probably polymer. The only thing you could put wood on mostly would be, a 1911, which, I mean, that's normal. That's what they came in. And then revolvers, if it's an old style, definitely put wood. That one's not, though, but that's original grip from Colt. It says Colt right on it. But these ones, you have to have a rubber. If you have a wood, the thing was going to slide out of your hand. And I wish that the 500 here had the dipples like this. That is so hard to hold on to because it's smooth, like, just a regular cowboy handle style. Versus these scallops, your fingers fit in better. Let's see here. We're talking canted barrels, out of time from the factory, banged up sights, burrs on the locker. Oh, really? With the S&W revolvers? That's sad. The pump on the table. Oh, that is an older one. That is a Sears and Roebuck Model 1200. It's made by Remington Model 1200. I did get a Norinco Type 99 shotgun when they were 100. Oh, yeah. You wish you did. Wood grip on revolvers when wet will slip. That's true, too. I guess the Cowboys knew about that. I'll be right back. I need to get some water for my cup. Another time was a phone, but I got that back. All right, guys, got my glass of water. I had that issue with my Taurus M669 and 357 with 4-inch barrel. Oh, with the timing. The R10 is a really nice looking rifle with wood furniture. So, some of the ARs with the Wooks furniture look pretty nice, yeah. They were the forerunner to the M16. The Type 99 shotgun? Okay. Yeah, I went to get my water, and my roommate just came home from work, and he was like, "Your dog was on the couch." And my dog knows not to do that. Somehow she snuck up there. It's my big German Shepherd. I don't let the dogs go on the furniture. My little healer, he does go on my bed, but other than that, all of them stay on the floor. AR-10, that'd be cool. No plastic for guns. Yeah. Metal frame is nice if you can afford them. They usually cost more. Or they don't have metal frame. Welcome back. Oh, you were gone? Okay. Hi. I figured you were. So I have some metal frame. Like that one's a metal frame. Metal frame. That one is full metal. Like that thing is heavy, that Star Arms. Of course, that's a metal frame, and of course, all the revolvers are metal framed. Um, let's see here. What else do I have? I have a few things, a few more that would be metal frame in the of revolvers at least. I'm trying to think if I have any other semi-autos that are metal frame in the cabinet. I don't think so. Might be one or two. And I have a couple single shot stuff that are all full metal frame handguns. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to sleep. Already have a safe day when hunting. Good luck. Okay, thank you. National Spaghetti Foundation. Thanks for coming by. Like I said, I don't remember you in here before. Appreciate you coming by, stopping by. Only 8 people. Wow. We're only an hour and 16 in. Thanks for coming by. Well, the OEM AR-10 didn't have wood furniture. Okay. The AR-15 original didn't either, right? I don't think the stock did. Or was it painted black wood? Have a good night, brother. Or whoever you are. Sorry. You subbed. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I know you double tapped the stream probably. Appreciate that a lot. Oh, what was this? I forgot to open this up. I forgot to show you this. I've had this, but I just got 2 mags for it. So we just got this mag and that mag. We got to try those 2 mags out. None of the ARs had wood. Yeah, I didn't think so. So this is a Century Arms MP5 copy with HK internals. Like all the insides are HK brand. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's made by Century Arms. What's interesting, since it has HK parts, this switch actually clicks to that mark there. So I don't know if there's a way you can modify the trigger and have FRT style or super safety. I would like to get a folding stock or a collapsible for this. Yeah, that's what I heard. I did hear that. Someone told me that the other day, and I said, wow, I need to find one. I think I screenshot where they said I could get one. Just got to go through my screenshots. Yeah, I hear Century Arms is one of the better ones for the copy. There's one other brand, too, that's decent. Yeah, Century Arms does a good job at making stuff. AS Design, okay. Century Arms with HK parts. Yep. Yeah. Somebody changed all that out before I bought it. 1,200 buckaroos. That's what I got for it. Well, it's a pistol, so I can put a brace on it, or a collapsible or a folder, and it's still considered a brace. I mean a pistol. How much for that? Okay, that one was 1,200 buckaroos with 1 mag. The mag it came with, which is this one, kept falling out. So I told him about it, and he sent me another one for free. It's something with the latching system on it or the lips. It just kept pushing it down. Which this one is CG brand, whatever that is. Let's see here. I know this might be random. Do you invest in the stock market? Just curious. I have not of late. A couple years ago, I invested in Ford stocks. How's the weather down there? Okay, so yesterday in southern Arizona here, it was raining almost all day, especially where I was working, drizzly. And it was, when I was coming home about 4:40, it was like 67, 66 degrees. It was nice. Last I was there, it was 120. You must have been in Phoenix, or like Yuma is the hottest in Arizona. I'm from Washington, so it's not hot here. You can't put a stock on a pistol orbit because a short barrel rifle unless you do paperwork. Okay. On an orbit, I don't know what that is. This one you can. You don't have to do the special paperwork because it's already considered a pistol. This Century Arms, yeah, it's Century Arms. And so if you put a brace or a collapsible stock on it, it's considered a pistol brace, not an SBR. I got one of my AS Design Super Safeties recently for Chris. Noise. Bulkhead City, so kind of close. Yeah, Bulkhead's really hot. Invested into Meta stock when it was 94 a share. I regret not buying more. It's now 750 a share. Whoa. Karma, no, you can. You can put a stock on that as long as it's not if it's a solid stock, then it would become an SBR. If it's a foldable or a collapsible, it's still considered a pistol brace. which is legal here in California. I mean, sorry, Arizona. I don't know about California, but yeah, it's legal here in Arizona to have a brace on a pistol like that. As long as it's folding or collapsible, it's still considered a pistol. What about West Virginia? Don't know. You'd have to look it up. You'd have to look our pistol braces legal in West Virginia online. That's all you have to look up. Pistol braces. Like you can get a pistol SBR, a pistol AR and get a pistol brace for it, and you don't have to register it as an SBR. See, so many states don't like that because it gets around having to pay the tax stamp for an SBR. But hey, that's the loophole they provided for us, so we're going to utilize it instead of having to pay our $200 tax stamp for an SBR. So yeah, I do not know. You'd have to look that up. I was there a number of years ago. Was it last year actually in West Virginia? But most of my time, the only time I spent in West Virginia was across the river. I went over the Ohio River into West Virginia to the Walmart there, and then came back over. What about? Okay, you already asked that. 9 of you in the chat. Wow, not that many people. Guys, if you like this type of stuff, please double tap the screen, like, and subscribe. Got to head out. First time seeing you, Desert. I will check out some of your other vids. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Kurg, yeah, I believe you are new. Double tap that screen if you haven't and subscribe. An actual SBR, like shortening something or buying an SBR? Possibly, but if I can find it with a pistol brace instead, well, then we'll go that way. What is the best way to shorten a shotgun barrel with a rib? Oh, okay. So you're saying like this one here has that top rib versus this 12 gauge doesn't, but my 20 does. You probably have to shorten it if you want to make it to the legal size, not an SBS, which is 18 inches. You probably have to go to like one of these notches that are just so bigger than 18 and then have your bead threaded in. That's what I would do if I wanted to. Since my choke tube is stuck, thinking about, oh, yeah, you were telling me about that. You still can't get it undone? You did all the soaking and the heat and all that? Yeah, you just have to do it to, as long as it's not less than 18 inches. So most people make it like 18 and a quarter or something like that. But it all depends on where those braces are at, where you chop it. Of course, then it won't be choked. So like some states don't allow chokeless for hunting for birds. I'm going to SBR about 7 of mine on January 1st. It's actually January 6th, isn't it? Maybe it changes by state, but the tax stamp, at least for cans, January 6th. Thanks for the subscription, whoever gave that. Appreciate it. Plan on getting a new barrel in the future. Yeah, so that's what you could do. Shoot it with the smooth for skeets and target and stuff, although it will be kind of a wide spread. And then change the barrel out for hunting. There you go. Excuse me, with the interchangeable chokes. I only have one that actually does interchangeable chokes, which is my 20. The rest are choked barrels. Like one of my doubles, one side's choked, the other side's full. So it'll actually say, this one right here doesn't have it. It's a full choke, as in like, it's not quite, yeah, I don't know how they do all that stuff, but it worked really well for skeets, that one. And it's so loose. Because it's old. Somebody painted it with a spray can black. So I scraped it off, which took some of the bluing away, but gives it character. Still says 9 people, but 1 person disappeared. Must have been someone new that came on. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is Desert Armory and more. If you like this type of content, please double tap that screen. And subscribe. If you're unsure about subscribing, you could check out my channel. I've got lots of shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of working, doing some work. I'm a handyman. Got my own business. If you like the type of stuff, double tap that screen and subscribe. And I am live every evening, for the most part, unless I tell you otherwise, 6 p.m. Arizona time. And I make requests. Maybe there's a gun you want to ask if I have. And if I have it, and we'll put it on the table, this table, the following live. That way if someone wants to see it, they'll be able to see it up close. Although I have a lot of the pistols here. So the questions tonight was, what are you thankful for this week? as well as which one of these handguns should I bring with me as a sidearm when I go hunting for dove tomorrow. Clarification, it is not to shoot the dove. It was just a sidearm to have. You guys still there? Thing went dead. Let me check. Be right back. Yes, some people were saying, sorry guys, the thing froze up again. Let's see here. Going to use the short barrel for home defense and practice. There you go. I still don't understand why they call a PCC that has a SBR like it doesn't shoot rifle calibers. What would be the correct term instead of IMIF calling it SBR? I have no idea. Whoever had my Maverick 88 before me didn't really take good care of it. Barrel was pretty rusty. Well, what ends up happening, at least a lot of those shotguns, they're behind a door, and so moisture runs down the barrel and just sits there right where the bullet is if you got one in it. If the PCC has a stock, why call it a short barrel rifle if it doesn't shoot rifle? I know. I mean, yeah, it's called a pistol caliber carbine. That's what the PCC stands for, right? Like that one I have is a PCC. And as soon as you put if you put a solid stock on it, which they make them, it's considered a SBR then, short barrel rifle. As soon as you put a solid stock. But if you keep a collapsible or hinging, it's still a pistol stock, PCP. You have an E9. That's a 9, by the way. That's a 9. And that's a 9, that's a 9, that's a 9. That's technically a 9. It's a Makarov. That's a 9. This is a 9. That's a 9. I think that's all my 9s. Let's see here. I have what maybe be a dumb question for you, Larry Outdoor Channel. Is your shotgun one of those that requires a special tool to remove the choke? A lot of those would, yeah. A flat piece of metal that removes the choke. Yeah, it's like a 2 fingers that have to go in these things and twist. If you could somehow make one that has 4 fingers, you could get 4 grip. Let's see. But would it be called a PCP when it's confusing if they call a PCC a short barrel? I don't know, brother. It's the ATF probably making up all these words. Who knows? So they can try to control them, right? Right? I don't know. Who knows, brother? A lot of those 3-letter companies are very unique. Makarovs are good carry guns. Yep, that's what I hear. That one, it's weird. A Makarov, at least mine, it shoves you into your thumb webbing instead of going up more. It actually does more shoving into this web. You know. That one is a PA63 made in Hungary. The brand is a FEG. I think that one's from the 70s or 80s. It's in really good shape, like hardly a scratch on it. Kind of like my Tuckerov here. It's in really good shape too. That's from the 50s though. It's a 54 right there. I always question that myself. I was just curious, man. That's all. Yeah, I couldn't answer. Like I said, it's confusing. Who knows? They don't even know themselves probably. I'd take the Makarov. Okay, I do have a holster that would work for carrying that. I have 2 different rounds for that. I have Russian Wolf and the I think it's a steel casing, and then I have the coppered steel casing actual Russian rounds. Okay, there are a handful that require some unique tools. That's true, yeah. I'm trying to think what mine has, because I have one that has removable chokes. That would be this one here. Whoops, get my tail in the way. Let's see, what does that one look like? Hard to tell. Oh, there we go. It's 4. Yeah, it would need the special thing too. I got that used, so I don't have the tool or other chokes for it, so I have no idea what it is. I used to have a Norinco M213 in 9mm. It's a Russian TT33 copy. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Let's just screenshot that and take a look at it. Very good 9mm M213. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. Who was it that wanted or needed 44 Russian? My local pawn and gun have 2 boxes of it. Somebody was asking the other day, and I can't remember if it was someone from another state or another country. How big is my collection? I have about 100, maybe more. Because I have, of course, I have all these. I've got those there, those there, stuff I'm working on there, those there, all across there, these shotguns. And then I have maybe about 10 in there still of rifles and shotguns and like maybe another 10 of pistols. So yeah, do you remember who it was that wanted the Russian 44? Very reliable. It'll go over 6,000 rounds without clean. Which one? Oh, the Russian copy, the Narenko. Okay. I think it was Lafay Colt. But I think he's in Argentina. But there was also somebody that was wanting to see if they could send me 32 rimfire, but they're from Canada. I said, well, you might be able to ship it if you talk to your local, whatever you call it, and see if you can. I have no idea. Don't clean it for a couple years since I didn't know how to take it apart. There's some firearms that are a little confusing how to take apart. Honestly, a 45 Colt's not confusing. Sorry, not Colt. 1911. It's just a little more complicated compared to revolver or some of the polymers. Like, believe it or not, I've never figured out how to take this Glock apart. I do exactly how they say, and I still can't get it apart. That's one thing I don't like about Glocks. Those little teeny fingers you got to pull down, you can barely get a grip on it. It just hurts your fingers. Don't clean it for a couple years. Okay, got that one. It's easy after I realized how easy it was. Right. But yeah, that Glock, I probably put 50 rounds through it. It's a 10 mil. I haven't figured out how to take it apart, so I'll pull it back, run the cleaner through it, rack it, run it cleaner through it, blow air through it, and then lube it in the places I can see worn. Other than that, I don't know how to take it. I've tried. I follow the videos. They got the plastic things you pull down. When you have to have the rack part way pulled back and lift it out. Nope. That's how my Glock clones are. Nope, not that one. I do other videos saying it doesn't release. Makes me think something's wrong with it. Let's see here. Only 8 people in the chat now. Yeah, it dropped way. I think Taurus G3 is like that. Oh, really? So there was a G3 and a G2 at the Pawn and Gun. And then they recently got in a Pocket 22 Ruger and the 380, I think it was, that someone did some work on it because the slide was buttery smooth and the trigger wasn't original. It actually had a pretty good trigger. Yeah, it was an LCP. It had a stainless steel top on it, buttery smooth. Like normally they're kind of harder to pull back. It was buttery smooth, and then yeah, it had a nice trigger on the LCP 380, I think it was. Sounds like something is stuck in your glove. Yeah, I wonder. Because I'll pull those things down and really hurt my fingers and pulling on and moving it back and forth. Nothing. G3s are really, really good if you don't mind long trigger pull. That's exactly how my FMK is. So you pull. It's on a click. And then release, click. And then your finger's off the trigger. Like, it's way at the end. Unless you got a Lakeline trigger kit. Oh. See, I don't know if they make trigger kits for the FMK, if it's a drop-in clock or not. I know, like, the sights are. I just want 12 or 13 in my collection to do. Want a machine gun in my collection. Yeah, I would love to, too. The Uzi. I don't want a crazy huge collection, though. Your collection is very cool. Thank you. You can get, what was the one I was looking at? It wasn't an Uzi, it's some other... The machine gun, submachine guns you can get on Gunbroker that are, what do you call it? They're torched apart. So you can actually buy them and then buy the plate jig to weld them back together. It's an older pistol that has a recall on it. Which one? Mine? Or the G3 you're talking about? Yeah, the G3 might be, yeah. I don't know, maybe there's a recall on the 20. I have no idea. It had that problem ever since I got it, and I thought maybe it had an issue with it, but who knows? I almost took it back to him and said, hey, you guys try to undo this. PT111 Pro Millennium. Never heard of that one. Screenshotting that one, too. Has the recall. Okay. Is that a Taurus? Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Sounds like it'd be one of those guns that... they would say, what do you say? That plasma in the 45 watt range or whatever. So it's like firing a Sissy CPX2. Yeah, those are, oh, the FMK probably. I've never fired one of those. I'd much rather get a high point any day and way more reliable than that Sissy. I can trade it in for G2C. Okay, from Taurus. There you go. Oh, because it has a recall, and so they'll, since they don't make it anymore, they'll just even trade you. That's nice. I need to turn a gun in. I keep forgetting to do it. I need to do it. They gave me a shipping label a long time ago. It's my Henry lever action 22 rimfire. You have to pull the hammer back like 4 or 5 times before it finally fires the thing, because the slide mechanism on top doesn't seat far enough forward so that when the firing pin gets hit, it's not close enough to it. So I took it apart and looked at it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, there we go. Phase plasma rifle in the 40 watt range. Yep. Hey, what's up, Paul White? I need to figure out, you'd come up sometime. If I get MS gun, it's either going to be a Mac 10, nice, or a full-size Uzi. Can't afford a full-size auto MP5. If I was rich, I'd buy that. So yeah, or an MP7, like the Demo Ranch. I mean, not Demo Ranch. Brandon Herrera and Donut Operator split one at a real MP7. I'm going to renew my ID and transfer it to West Virginia, and I'll send it in my PT11 program for. Oh, there you go. And transfer it. Okay. How you doing, Paul? The question for tonight was, what are you thankful for this week? As well as, which firearm on the table should I use as my sidearm tomorrow as I hunt doves with a shotgun? We've had a lot of people say my 500. I don't have a case for it, though. A fair amount said my 45 there. A couple people said the 45 Colt. And then 2 people, I think, said something about mechanics. One of mechanics, bring one of those. And then I think it wasn't it you, Paul, that said a 10 mil? I think it was you. Maybe that was somebody else. Let's see. I moved from Maryland to West Virginia. Maryland is very strict on guns. Yeah, and so is the Illinois, right? Illinois, California, New York. Oregon, though, is getting bad out here, in Washington too. Like some of those states, they banned ARs. So what do you do if you had one? Yes, sir. 10 mil. I don't have a case for that though. I have something that might fit it, because it does fit my clone Glock that's a FMK, but that's a 9 mil, so it's not as chunky. Washington is terrible. Yeah, that was, yeah. Washington, Oregon, California, that whole coast. The big cities hate 2A. But all the small towns and rural areas, they love them. Like I lived in California for 12 years in the foothills. Just about everybody and their uncle had one. Well, you go into the city, you got them liberals. Yup. They're the ones ruining our freedoms. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Maryland is as strict as California. Do they have a roster like California does? Or Washington? Do they have a roster, Washington? Where they only allow certain guns in that has to have the safety that's, you take the mag out and it won't fire, that type of stuff. Which is dangerous, because what if your mag falls out when you're in a fight and there's one in the chamber, it won't fire? You're like, excuse me, sir, I need to put my mag in before you go plow me down. My TT11 Pro Millennium takes G2C mags. My. Hey, there you are, Tactical Llama. Thanks for coming in. Let's go. Like and subscribe. I've been on for an hour and almost 40 minutes. It dwindled down probably an hour in. Well, what happened is the thing froze up too. I had, what did I have in here at one time? 70 maybe people? 80? And then it just froze up because what happened is I lost cell service. It just disappeared for some reason. And so I had to sign out and sign back in. And then once it refreshed, I could restart the session, resume. And I went down to 40 something and then to 12 and then back up to 30 something. And it's been down in the teens and now it's 9. So, hey, it is what it is. But hey, Llama, the question for the day was, what are you thankful for this week? as well as which one of these guns should I bring on my dove hunt as an EDC on my side. Let's see, full auto transfer MP5, 60K, 70. Yeah, that's how an MP7 is too. Yeah, it is so ridiculous. Down payment of a house, I know. Or a high-end luxury car or pickup. Over here on the east side, the Cascades, it's Pro 2A, and we don't have a roster yet. So you're on the east side. Good for you. Mechanic. Yeah, I got 2 of them. Which one? We got the TTI Combat and the SFX Signature Series Sketch. I have a blue case for that, a blue holster. It's pretty cool. The Canics have been, I think that would be the 3rd time now someone said Canics. The SFX, that's that one, the blue one. And then, believe it or not, I don't know if they're all jokes or not, 5 people in total, because some people on the short I did, 2 of them over there and 3 people here wanted me to do the 500. I don't have a case for that, so I mean, we might have to put it on a hammer loop or something, although my hunting clothes don't have a hammer loop. These camo clothes I was trying on today. Yes, sir, I would trust mechanical. I would too. Goes boom every time. Goes boom every time. Wouldn't mind getting the small version that the Meta 9 Prime that has this same trigger as the TTI. The higher end one has the same trigger as the TTI. Which I think, what's his name just got it? EDC. He just recently purchased his. He also purchased a SIG, something in SIG too. Yeah, Prime would be nice. Yeah. I think they're some of the same color scheme as the OG Combat. They just came out with another Combat that's it's like a smoke black with a couple less accented colors, and that thing looks really neat too. The only difference is the color. It's exactly the same thing other than that. But I do have holsters for those because they come with them. The Canics come with holsters. I'm thinking of the Canic Combat. Yeah, that's what this one is right here, brother. Right there. See? Canic TTI Combat. Partnered with Terran Tactical on that one. That's my favorite semi-automatic I have. This one's very close behind it because they're so smooth. And that trigger. Oh, dude, them triggers on them Canics. Don't sleep on them. They're good. They're good. Yeah, they're very good. Yeah, that did make it go up a little bit. I got mine for $8.99. Currently, the black one is $1,000. So were the Tanic TTI. The OGs were like $1,200 when they first came out. Yeah, I think I heard you mentioning about Terran that you don't particularly like that respect of it. I think it was on one of your lives the other day. Yeah, give me vibes. You own a fishing boat, do you? I do not. I do have a fishing license. I do not own a fishing boat. I haven't gone fishing in years. Rival, one of the best out there. Box striker. Yes. I almost got a Rival S, which is the steel frame, instead of the TTI. But doesn't mean I won't get one of these days. I really like them. I like the weight. It actually, most people when they shoot that, comparing it to the TTI right here, they go back and forth on which one recoils less. Because this one is lighter, but it's comped. The other one's heavier, not comped. This thing here, it's my Thesis double stack. It's not comped or anything, but it's a metal frame, and it definitely is less recoil than these 2 Canics. My Thesis right here. I do not own a boat. No, we do not. Maybe I would buy a boat one of these days. We'll have to see. But a boat's kind of one of those things, kind of like a Jeep, just empty every pocket. That's kind of what a boat does. That's what I hear. It's called a reverse bank account. You buy it, and your bank account, instead of going up, goes down. Thesis is one of my favorite purchases. Yeah, what type you got? Facts, yep. Mine's a double stack. It's the middle of the road. They made 3 of them, the Thesis. They made the Mac 9, which is the high end. Mine's the middle of the road one. That's a Thesis Night Stalker. And then they had a lower version one that I think is a double stack too, and I don't remember what model that one's called. But yeah, mine's the middle of the road. Pawn shop special. I don't know. I think it was brand new. Oh, future purchase. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Ultra Fire. Welcome to the room. You know what to do, don't you? Double tap that screen. And Ultra Fire, what are you thankful for this week? That is one of the questions of the chat today. What are you thankful this week? Thankful for. There we go. Night Stalker. That's what I have right there. And it's threaded. The other question is which one of these guns should I use as my sidearm when I go dove hunting tomorrow? Which one should I use as my EDC? That's why there's so many out. I never have any this much out. Thankful for a wife that puts up with me. Yep. I'm sure every married man could say that. Oh, I forgot. Thankful for my wife. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just in case she's listening in or she listens to this later, gotta cover your bum. Oh, yeah. I'm thankful for mine, too. Llama. Yeah, he just got in the chat, too, brother. To be fair, collecting firearms can have the same effect on your bank account. Uh-huh. But it's a good investment. A boat, unless it's a yacht, is not. Boats are not a good investment. Guns actually are. And they carry so much history, especially these old ones that are exposed hammers here. Or those old levers. The military ones down here. Or this one military one I have here. Or this revolver here is an older one. The Colts, too. And then, of course, there's a lot of history behind God's Caliber, obviously. That's not an original, but yeah. You're making fudge sauce. Hopefully the edible food type. I truly mean it. My wife is absolutely... Yeah, Tactical Llama, she seems amazing. I need to find one of these days. Dated a couple times. Multiple years apart. And asked numerous young ladies out. I'm a believer, and so it's kind of hard to find a believer wife that's modest and fairly biblical, that's not this idea that these modern American girls have. And so I haven't found her out there yet. I thought I did last year, but unfortunately she pulled the plug on it. I wish my gran could talk. Yeah, I know, right? There's so many things I wish could talk like that. My friends say she's a unicorn. That's exactly what I thought of my friend I had. She's a white girl. She's lived in Honduras for like 12 years. She's at a mission down there. She knows Spanish like the back of her hand. She's like 5'9", so she's a little shorter than me. She's 5'9". We once in a while chat still, but she recently started dating again, so it's pretty rare that I actually message her anymore. I did send her a message the other day that I found out her favorite dog or / pet died. So I sent her a message, but I don't know if she got it. That was through Signal, so I need to try it through WhatsApp. Yeah, that's what I hear. That finding the right one, yeah, sometimes it's finding a unicorn, or as the Bible puts it, a pearl of great price. That her price is far above rubies is another thing it says as well. A virtuous woman. Or someone that's just your friend, you know? That's what I need to find. Someone that's a friend, that likes guns, that's adventurous. So, yeah, there's actually someone in Phoenix I've been chatting with a little bit. So, I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. We'll see. We haven't met up yet. One of these days. She likes guns because she has a picture on her post shooting a staccato. My tongue is in a twist. Staccato, whatever you call them. Staccato, there we go. Anywho. 9 people in the chat. Double tap that screen. Like and subscribe if you like this content. This is Desert Armory and more. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And I think my chat froze up again. Let me sign out, and I'll sign back in. There we go, guys. I don't think it did freeze up. What's the blue gun? So that is a Canik SFX. So here's the case. SFX Sketch. Let's see here. So it comes with some fancy stuff here. all Canics come with a lot of stuff. They come with holsters. They come with extra mags. I added the black mag in there. They come with this miniature gun that has parts inside of it and bits. And the top of the gun, that little orange tip, has like a hex where the bits fit in. Extra back straps that's different size, cleaning tools. And this little thing that's the signature series sketch. That's what this one's called. And they made 2,500 of them. I forget what number this one is. It has a date on it somewhere what model this one is, because it's one of 2,500. Hey, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Unfortunately, I cannot read your language, but thank you for coming by. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. I think this was number 250 or 380 or something. I forget. Yeah, so this is what it's called right there. Anywho, imagine if it was number 1. I know, right? I know it's somewhere. I don't know if it's on the case here. It's probably on the paperwork inside here. These lids are pretty tight. Because the little fake sketch pad, it's Velcro on the backside. So they made 2,500 of them, unless that's what model this is, but I doubt it. It's not like they're sequential. Somewhere it probably says. I know on the listing where I bought it was. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, the listing where I bought it from on the interwebs had it. Yo, I'm back. How's everyone? Hey, I'm glad you made it this time. Yeah, last time you said you were at work as well as it didn't notify you. Turkarov, thank you for coming by. So the question of the night is, what are you thankful for this week? That's one of the questions. And the other question is, which one of these guns should I take with me hunting tomorrow? I'm using a shotgun, obviously, for dove, but this is going to be one of my sidearms while I'm hiking around shooting dove. So 2 questions. What are you thankful for this week, as it's almost over? And which gun should I use for a sidearm as I hike around the bush, shooting doves with a shotgun? Are any of them a 357? This one's a 357. That one's a 45 Colt. This one's a 454. Sorry, a 460. It does shoot 454s, but 460. That one's a 500. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 people say the Canics. One specifically said this. I've had 3 or 4 say this. I've had, I believe, 5 in total, because there was 2 on my short that said this. Yeah, if there's a problem out there, yep. I do not have any Model 29s. So you're saying this or that. Okay. I think one person did say that one, so we got 2 for that. I should start writing this stuff down. Do I even have a... let me get a pen. Alright, sorry, I'm getting a paper here. Yeah, bears would be a problem. So we have 5. We had 3 Canics. We had 2, the 45 Colt, 4, 357 mag. We had 3, the 1911. Have some pretty stout loads for bears. Yeah, I have some bear load 10 mil. I don't know if I have any bear load 357 mag. I do have some bear load 45 Colt. They're hard cast. They're 265 grain. But if 357 mag, I have some hot. I think I got some Buffalo Bore 357 mag. That would do it. Hey, mainly off grid. How's it going? I'm doing great. So we had two questions tonight. One is, what are you thankful for this week? As well as, which one of these pistols should I use as my sidearm while I'm hiking around shooting doves with a shotgun? Yeah, so I put that down. I put in either one of those. What are you thankful for this week? And, oh, thank you. Stopping out to check your amazing collection. Thank you. And which one of these should I use? I have a 10 mil, and I do have the 357 Magnum and the 45 Colt. I don't have a 44 mag other than in a rifle. I have a lever action 44 mag, model 1894. Let's see here. Set you right there, looking at the nice levers. I don't know if this thing froze up or what's going on. There we go. Let's see. In any order or what you have in pistol. Oh, yeah. Let's see here, folks. None of you in the chat. I'll probably wind down here shortly. A couple stragglers have come in. Unfortunately, the person who wanted to see that shotgun never showed in. I had one person that wanted to see my old shotgun there. Oh, he was in here. L.A. Colt. La Colt 45. He wanted to see it. He was in here, and I think we talked about it. Okay, so glad they showed up. I was thinking it was Liz. 2 minutes, I'll be hitting the bed. Okay, no worries, brother. I'll be quitting here in a couple minutes myself. I usually go to a little bit after 2 hours. Forfeit date SOCOM. Well, that would be a rifle, yeah. This is just, a sidearm to carry while I'm hiking around. Normally I carry when I'm hiking around, I normally carry just my 365 right there. Or I'll have this in my backpack, or both. I'll have this in a backpack with some bear spray. That's a 10 mil. But yeah, 458 SOCOM. Yeah, that would do the trick, definitely. Most rifles would. A lot of rifles would if they're decent caliber, yeah. Yep. But yeah, I usually wind down just after 2 hours. Was it 2 nights ago I did a 3 hour, and the night before that I did, because both of them were just going so well, I just kept it going. One of them got 10,000 views, and the other one got 26,000 views. I was shocked. I almost fell over when I saw the specs. I was like, what? Oh, Yukon just became live right now. Yukon Outdoors. Just got an alert. At least some of the alerts are working for some channels, right? I carry my 9 in the woods and a Maverick 88. Nice. Or a New England handy rifle and 44 mag. Okay. My New England is a 10 gauge shotgun. Single shot. That's the only New England I own. 44 mag handy rifle. Single shot, semi-auto, what is it? Bolt action. I know Ruger made a semi-automatic for the 44 mag. I saw one at a swap meet years ago for $600. I should have bought it, but I didn't have that much money. Single shot. Gotta go. Okay, Carl. No worries. I'm gonna go here in a couple minutes myself. So it's perfect. Yeah, it's almost 8 here. He's like closed down around 8 or a little after. Right within 2 hours. See you, Carl. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And who was the other one that said that? Larry. Have you heard of the 4590? I haven't. I have heard of the 5070 trapdoor. My friend has one. He has a whole bunch of them, an older friend of mine. You freaking love your 44 mag. Okay. But it is X. What do you mean? Expensive. Oh, for the ammo. Yeah. I was able to find some 44 mag at a swap meet. It's an old box of some Remington. I got this box here for pretty cheap. It's full. I think I got them for $1 a round. Originally, someone sold it for, oh, the sticker's not on it. These are soft point, hollow point softs, what do they call them? I think I got them for about $1 a round. Just over maybe, which isn't bad for 44 mag. You have a round of 50-70, okay. And then I bought another box from before that was 44 mag, but it wasn't a full mag by MagTech. It's an old box. This right here I bought from them too. Old box. It's missing some though. It wasn't a full box. Although I shot some in it. And it wasn't quite the same. Like these are different than these, but I shot some out of it. So. Those are non-hollow point soft tip. And then I just set some in here that are these thingies, but those are a different brand. Those are Starline brass, I think. Yeah. Let's see here. So was the ground wire wrong on that outlet? Not the ground. The ground was great. So what it was is some people, when they stick an outlet, a lot of times, especially an outside one, they'll put it upside down so the ground's at the top, which is perfectly fine. But they forget when you do that, the orientation of the hot and cold just changed. Your neutral and your hot. When it's right side up and the ground hole's down here, this is your hot usually with the gold screws. Although those were flat old blades, they weren't. And this is usually your neutral. So your black and your neutral, your white. Well, if you flip it over, that your neutral becomes the right side and your positive the left. Well, they still kept this side where the neutral would go hot. That was the problem. Let's see here. When can I find it practice with 44 Special? I found one box of 44 Special a while ago. I think I used almost half of it. Where did I get that? I think it was in Cali before I moved. I used to have some old 45 ACP that was supposed to be rated for bears, but it wouldn't go bang, so I pulled it apart for the brass. The projectiles were 277 grains, so I didn't have reloading data. Oh, that is some oddball. 270, yeah. Like, do I have any bear loads at a 45? I actually bought some 45. I forgot to put that as my rear ammo. I have one box of Buffalo Bore that's 45 ACP rimmed plus Ps. Yeah, it's called 45 Auto Rim plus Ps by Buffalo Bore. I thought they were regular 45 autos, so I picked it up, took it home, and I was like, wait a minute, these don't fit because the rim's too big. The rim would work, but the problem is the rim's super fat, so it hits the back of the gun on a revolver for like a 45 Colt. It works for 45 ACP revolvers, at least most of them. Let's see here. That would be a pretty big projectile, yeah. The best deal I got on ammo over there at the swap meet was I got 121 or something rounds of 45 ACP. They were reloads, but I got them for like 28 cents a piece or less. It was crazy. Yeah, I've never heard of that round. Oh, that round? No. 45 auto rim? Yeah, it's something rare. I should have put it on the table last night when I had my rear ammo out. That's the only time I ever saw it. My local sportsman's there in Cali had it. I'll bring it out. It's just a little box. Let's see if I'm knocking down some of my Barnes 10 mil jacketed hollow points here. When it rains, it pours. All right, here it is. Right here. 45 auto rim plus Ps. They're hard cast bear loads. What's interesting is they use Starline brass. But here's what they look like. And the rim is fatter than a normal 45. So it doesn't shoot in most guns, even if a revolver, unless it's an older one that was made to fit that big one. Some of these older ones, let's see what it says. Somewhere it says right here. For use in any means any, post World War II 45 ACP revolver. So it was made for 45 ACP revolvers. So I thought, well, I have this one over here, this 45 Colt that I have interchangeable cylinders for, that I can shoot 45 Colt. I can shoot 45 ACP in it. But it still wouldn't work because of this big rim. It's a lot thicker. What? That's a feed issue waiting to happen. What is? Oh, if I would actually put these in a gun. Yeah, no joke. Especially because these are really hot, too. They're 1,000 feet per second, 566 foot-pounds of energy. So they're pretty hot. Yeah, because if you would put those... Well, they probably wouldn't even fit, though, in an auto. I think I tried a normal ACP. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, I forgot about putting those on the table yesterday. I should have, because that is a rare round. But let's see. There's 9 of you in the chat. I'll probably just had a question further up, and I'm looking for. Oh, which one? Sorry, I was just about to wind down. What do we got? Sorry, Tarkaroff. I must have passed it up, unfortunately. What we got, brother? Mr. Tom. What's your question? Your advice, or you would like advice? You got the guy in the house. Eastern Washington knows a lot about smithing stuff. What do we have, my friend, before we sign off for the night? Oh, let me see if I can see what your question was. There was a Winchester 1892 octanol barrel in 2520 for $799. Oh, that one? I would get it. Is it in good shape? So I have a 2520 right here. It's a straight barrel, though. I think the guy originally told me he thought it was octagon barrel, but he mixed up with another one that was half octagon. This is a early 1900s in 2520. Beautiful rifle. He doesn't think he thought it was original finish, but he wasn't 100% sure. It was a company, Lake Havasu area, Arizona. Now this one is original finish and it's full octagon. This one I got locally across the mountains here and picked it up. It's an antique though. He has an FFL, but he could sell it anyways. It's an antique, so you wouldn't need an FFL here in Arizona. It's a 1895. So anything 1898 and older, you don't need it. Now this one, I went through an FFL. I think I paid 1,100 buckaroo cheeseburgers for that. This one was about the same as well, maybe a little more. So if it's in good shape and totally functional, if that's what you're talking about, I would jump on that. If I was living over there, I would jump on it. Just before talking about the 40, is that the one you're talking about? It's re-blued, but the stock is in okay condition. I'm looking repairing it. Yeah, if it's in, like, those are really hard to find in good shape. A 2520, they're hard to find in good shape under $1,000. So unless, like, I did get this model 94 right here. It's an early 1900s, made in 1905, I think. It's original condition, and that slid through the cracks. I got that for like $7.80, $7.90 cheeseburgers. Yeah, that's what I would wonder. Like, what type of repairs does it need? Like, does it just need a new stock? Does it have 80% condition? What year is it? That's good right there. Right there's a selling point. As old as it would be. It's probably from the 20s or older. Yeah, what year is it? Did they tell you? Because those Winchesters, like, you see them at gun stores, and they're always like $1,400, $1,500, $1,700. Because I was looking at them at the gun show the other day because I wanted a 2520 or a 3220. $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. So when I got mine for 1,200 buckaroos, as well as the other one for about the same, I was like, save some money. plus the one I didn't have to do my paperwork because it was across the board antique, so I didn't have to worry about all that FFL stuff. Unsure on the year. Find that out. And I would have to fix the stock and replace the mag tube. Okay, so there's a few things wrong with it. Yeah, see, mine are fully functional, no problems with them. It's a pawn shop? What'd you say it was? Sorry, let me go back up to that. Local shop. See, what I would do is be like, hey, I gotta put $200-300 into fixing it or something. Maybe you could get it for $750 if you'd let you. If you know the guys, like my local gun and pawn, Boris good, would give me a deal. They'd be like, okay, yeah, we understand that. Like, they would have probably given me a deal on something I bought from them, and I forgot to tell them about it because I was there today. My 10 gauge lever action that looks like the Terminator's, the one he uses on the motorcycle. I have a 10 gauge, but it's full length and it's not a sawed off butt. It's a 1901 model in 10 gauge. The firing pin is broke, and they didn't know it was. Otherwise, they would have told me. So that means the person who sold it to them didn't tell them. And so I would have been able to fudge on the price. I got it for $750 beans, I think, which was still a really good price because those, I looked them up on Gunbroker. There was like one or two, and they're like $1,400 for the condition this one was, or $1,200 there. But the firing pin's broke, so I need to find a firing pin for it. Go to Numerix or Apex and check those out. I'll have to see. I haven't yet. But yeah, Eastern Washington, he was wondering what type of repairs it needed, but let's see. Let me check something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. I thought maybe it froze up again, but anyways, hopefully that answers some questions from my side. If it was just the butt, I would say grab it now, but it's a tube, got a little more work to fix. If they're able to fudge on the price a little bit, because you're like, hey, I got to do repairs, if you're wanting to use it as a shooter, just a wall hanger. I don't know. So if there's some of the mag tube left, you can be able to find a suitable piece of tube to replace it. Yeah. It's just dented. Okay, so the bullets only go so far, and then if you put one there, it probably gets jammed in the tube. Well, if it's that case, you can take the tube off and get a wood dowel that's the same size as the hole, and on the wood dowel, kind of do the same thing as this pen. Tap it in, and it slowly push that dent out. So you should be good if you do that. Possibly heat it up a little bit, but you don't want to ruin the bluing. So get a dowel. If you can take the tube out, get a wood dowel, put the same type of tip as this on it, and lightly tap the end in, and it should take that dent out of the tube so that the feeder and everything will still work properly. That'd be my guess. That's what I would do if I got it. If it's just a dent, it's not like rusted off or majorly bent or broken off or something. Yeah. If that's all it is, I would probably still get it then. Ask if they'll go down lower. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, especially if they know you and you've bought guns there before. But that's what I would do. And if the stock just needs, like, maybe it has a crack in it, open it up a little bit, shove your glue in, clamp it real good, put some linseed oil on it or something. Multiple coats. I think it's linseed people use. Anyways. Well, guys, we are going to wind down. Hopefully that made some sense to you, Tucker off. Let's see here, folks. So, yeah, we're going to sign off. Hope to see you tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have some videos that we'll post sometime of the dove shooting tomorrow. I'll decide between those ones which one I should use. Bow epoxy, yeah, as long as you can't see it. I would use something that's less visible, which bow epoxy might work for that because it gets a little flex to it. But yeah, we'll see which one's got the most votes. I know the 500 got the most votes. I doubt if I'll bring that, but let me look at the short again by tomorrow morning and see which gun got the most votes that I'll take on my dove hunt tomorrow. So yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Larry, thank you. Tucker off. God bless you, Eastern Washington. All the others that came, that have come and gone. Thank you so much, even you bots, because you got me views, or whatever you call them, channel poachers. Thank you for coming by. And again, what are you thankful for this week? I am thankful for work this week. Last week was a little slow for me. This week was great. God was good, and He sent work my way. Anyways, thanks again, Desert Army More. We are live 6 p.m. every evening, unless I say so on a short. We do hunting shorts. We're going to, hopefully, some shooting shorts. We do lives. We do shorts of hikes, shorts of gun talk, shorts of handyman stuff I do. If you like that stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. Thank you all again. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God unsaid in those times of uncertainties. Thank you all again for coming by. Till next time, folks. Adios, hermanos y hermanas.